Napheesa Collier was just embarrassed on live TV, and the reason surprised a lot of people. While she sat there saying the WNBA should learn from her new league, Unrivaled, the facts showed the opposite. Caitlin Clark brought record crowds and TV viewers the WNBA had never seen before. Unrivaled, meanwhile, plays in a small gym with only a few hundred fans. The real twist is that Collier is not just giving an opinion. She helped start Unrivaled. If the WNBA struggles, her league could make a lot of money. That looks like a serious conflict of interest. What do you think? The interview began calmly, but things changed fast. Collier spoke with confidence and said the WNBA should copy how Unrivaled treats players and runs its league. That shocked viewers. Her league plays out of one gym in Miami, yet she was telling the main women's basketball league how to run its business. When the host asked about crowd size and TV viewers, things got awkward. Collier struggled to explain why Unrivaled games draw around 300 fans while Caitlin Clark's Fever games filled arenas with 15,000 people. She talked about building something long-lasting and focusing on players, but she could not explain why her league was better when so few people watched. The host then brought up TV ratings. Clark's playoff games had over 2 million viewers, and her regular season games kept breaking WNBA records. Unrivaled, on the other hand, streams to only a few thousand people online. Collier said quality mattered more than numbers, but her answer did not convince anyone. The most awkward moment came next. Collier claimed veteran players like herself were the reason the WNBA became popular. She said longtime stars built the league, not new players. The host pushed back right away, pointing out that Clark brought attention to women's basketball that veterans never reached in over 20 years. The interviewer then asked about Collier's conflict of interest. How can she be vice president of the WNBA Players Union while owning a rival league? Collier avoided the question, talking about player rights and better conditions, but never explained how attacking the WNBA helped women's basketball. By the end, Collier looked defeated. She could not explain why anyone should trust business advice from someone whose league barely gets noticed. The host reminded viewers that Clark's impact was clear in ticket sales, TV ratings, jerseys, and social media. Collier had no real answer. The interview showed what many fans already believed. This is not about helping players or growing the game. Collier's criticism mainly helps her own league look better, even though the numbers do not support her claims. The biggest issue is Collier's conflict of interest. She is vice president of the WNBA Players Union, meant to support all players. At the same time, she runs Unrivaled, a direct rival. You cannot fairly serve two sides that compete for the same players, sponsors, and fans. When Collier negotiates with the WNBA, she is supposed to fight for players. But every demand that weakens the WNBA makes her own league look more attractive. That puts her loyalty into question. She has pushed for a huge $10.5 million salary cap increase that could hurt the league's finances. Talks have already been delayed several times because these demands are unrealistic. The math does not work. The WNBA earns money from TV deals, tickets, and sponsors. If salaries take too much of that money, teams lose cash and investors leave. The league could collapse. Here's the troubling part. If the WNBA fails, players would have few options besides Unrivaled. That outcome would benefit Collier directly. Collier has publicly attacked Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, questioning her leadership and league decisions. She says it is about caring for players, but it also makes the WNBA look unstable. That makes Unrivaled seem like a safer choice. From a business view, the strategy is simple. Collier does not need Unrivaled to beat the WNBA on its own. She just needs the WNBA to look messy and broken so players look elsewhere. This explains why Collier keeps speaking out during what should be a celebration. Caitlin Clark brought huge growth to women's basketball. Ratings, crowds, and sales all hit new highs. Instead of building on that success, Collier added drama and tension. Commissioner Engelbert has accused Collier of twisting private talks and spreading false claims. The relationship between the league and the union has become toxic, with both sides calling each other dishonest. This chaos mainly helps Collier. Collier's boldest move is trying to change history. Caitlin Clark did not just break records. She changed how America watched women's basketball. Her college games drew massive audiences, and Fever tickets became must-have items. Clark's WNBA games averaged over 1 million viewers, and her playoff series drew 2.5 million. Before her, most games struggled to hit 500,000 viewers. These are facts, not opinions. Yet Collier keeps saying veteran players deserve the credit. Those veterans had 20 years to build that popularity and never came close to what Clark did in one season. Attendance shows the difference clearly. Fever games went from half-empty arenas to sold-out crowds. Road games moved to bigger venues just to fit Clark fans. Instead of celebrating this success, Collier seems focused on pulling those fans toward Unrivaled. She questions whether the WNBA values players, and the timing of these comments reveals her true goal. During the league's biggest growth period ever, Collier created controversy. Every negative headline hurts the WNBA and helps her business. New fans brought in by Clark may lose interest if they keep hearing about drama and conflict. Others may look for different leagues to follow. That is exactly where Unrivaled wants to step in. Clark created a cultural moment. Kids wore her jersey to school. Families went to games for the first time. Social media exploded with highlights. Instead of protecting this momentum, Collier attacked the league that built her career. She appears willing to damage the WNBA just to help her startup survive. Fans reacted strongly online. Social media filled with posts calling out Collier's conflict of interest. People compared packed WNBA arenas to Unrivaled's empty gyms. Commissioner Engelbert finally pushed back publicly. She said Collier lied about private talks and accused the union of spreading false information during a time of success. Engelbert also questioned whether Collier could ethically represent WNBA players while running a rival league. The public fight between both sides has grown uglier each week. Players like Sophie Cunningham are stuck in the middle. They want better pay and conditions, but supporting the union also means backing Collier's risky tactics. A possible lockout could cancel the 2026 season. That would destroy the momentum Clark and the Fever are building and push fans away. Collier would not suffer much from a lockout. Her league would still run while WNBA players sit without pay. That situation helps her business. A lockout could erase the WNBA's competition entirely. New fans might decide the league is too unstable to support long-term. The sad truth is clear. Collier is working against the most successful time in WNBA history to give her own league a better chance. That live TV interview confirmed what many fans believed. Collier is not fighting for players of the sport. She is promoting her business while hurting the WNBA. The WNBA just signed a huge media deal and expanded under Engelbert. Caitlin Clark brought growth veterans never achieved. The league cannot afford leaders with split loyalties. Fans who love women's basketball should support people who truly want the sport to grow, not those willing to tear it down for profit. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe.